in Communication, Master in Education Management, Master in Information Technology, Master in Public Administration, Master in Business Administration, Master of Science in Construction Management, Doctor in Engineering Management, Doctor in Education Management, Doctor in Business Administration, Doctor in Public Administration. The Institute Non-Traditional Study Program, Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program, or INE, offers programs where students will earn a degree through accreditation and equivalency. The Non-Traditional Study Program is a self-study program wherein the students' educational background, work experiences, and achievements are evaluated and accredited through a rating system that leads to the completion of the undergraduate and graduate degrees. NTSP offers various non-board undergraduate and graduate programs. The Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program of the Commission on Higher Education is an educational assessment scheme which recognizes knowledge, skill, and prior learning attained by individuals from non-formal and informal educational experiences. ITIAP offers various non-board undergraduate programs. The Institute of Continuing and Professional Development, or ICPD, is committed on enhancing the individual professional's knowledge and skills through integrated industry-based professional development experiences in collaboration with the Professional Regulation Commission, Commission on Higher Education, and other government and non-government organizations. ICPD is also the provider of continuing professional education units for professionals of PRC in the various disciplines. It also assures its participants have access to innovative strategies in order to solve problems, create solutions, and use best practices through industry expert trainers who provide multilingual, multinational, and multimodal training programs for academe, government, and private firms. This includes workforce trainings, diploma programs, certificate, and skills courses. For more than decades, various activities were accomplished by OUS aligned in the university's vision towards the National Polytechnic University. As an accredited member of professional organizations that include the International Council on Distance Education, the Asian Association for Open University, BUP-OUS has been acknowledged by the UNESCO Asia-Pacific region for higher education knowledge based on open and distance learning in Bangkok, Thailand on 2003. Ang inyong pamantasang bayan, PUP Open University System, the country's first open university.
A pleasant morning to each and everyone. Welcome to Developing Personal Financial Management Skills webinar. This is brought to you by Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, fourth year student batch 2021. I'm Aldrin and I will be your MC in this morning's event. And now we would like to remind everyone of the house rules to ensure the smooth flow of the program. To ensure the smooth flow of our program, we would like to remind everyone of the house rules. Keep your microphones muted and during the webinar to avoid distracting the session. We encourage everyone to turn off their cameras during the webinar, but remember, keep your microphones muted. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. We will going through them one by one and answer them after the discussion of speakers. Taking photos, screenshots, or videos during the webinar and sharing them to any social media platform is highly discouraged to respect the privacy of other attendees. And finally, the organizers will be taking photos at the end of the webinar for documentation purposes. And now, before we start, let us take a moment of prayer and afterwards singing the Philippine National Anthem.
Our Heavenly Father, the fount of all goodness and grace, the cause of wisdom, the source of intelligence, we welcome you, O Lord, to this auspicious gathering of your beloved, who continuously give you thanks for every opportunity to learn something new and become fruitful to the works of your creation. We humbly come to you, not because we are worthy, but because we find ourselves in need of you, who is our strength and our hope, to continue despite the challenges we face in health, prosperity, and our solidarity with one another. We pray that today's gathering, made possible by the great advancements in technology and social media, become successful in its endeavors so we can offer it back to you as our humble offering to honor you, glorify you, and love you through our deeper connection with everyone. May we find bliss in today's session and become more productive children and co-creators of the earth. This we ask and pray through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manluluping, di ka pasisigil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawag mo'y tagumpay na nagtitingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng warhabing pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Aldrin, nakamute ka.
There you
Nakamute ka ulit, Aldrin.
Sorry po. There you go. Again, good morning, everyone. I would like to appreciate our participants as well as our resource speaker who came in here in this program. Maraming salamat po sa inyo for taking time of your Saturday morning. And to formally begin our program, please join me in welcoming Professor Carol Mateo, one of the course specialists here in PUP Open University System, for opening remarks.
Hey. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. All right. So to our very supportive Executive Director of PUP Open University System, Dr. Carmencita L. Castolo, to the Director of Institute of Open and Distance Education, Dr. Rosemary Beth Ardison, to our very accommodating program chair of BS Entrepreneurship and Business Administration, Professor Jerome P. Dumlao, and to our hardworking OJT coordinator, Dr. Diane Lee Chan, to our resource speakers here, Mr. Ernest B. Baron and Mr. Luis De Jesus, to all the students and participants, good morning, and thank you for joining us to today's webinar titled Developing Personal Financial Management Skills. So we are very grateful for your valuable time that we get to share with you. So this early, I would like to congratulate the BS Entrepreneurship Practicum students for coming up with this very timely webinar. So I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you who sincerely committed to this event to make it a success. So this series of webinars, so actually meron pa po tayong webinar later by 2 p.m. and next Saturday also. So this series of webinars are organized and conducted for all the participants to gain insight and information that would remain effective in their life and work. So I ensure that this webinar will be very fruitful for every one of us. So again, thank you and welcome.
Yes. Thank you, Ma'am Mateo, for your warm welcoming message. At sa lahat po ng may mga katanungan at any point during the webinar, feel free to type your queries sa chat box below dahil may question and answer tayo after mag-discuss ng bawat speakers natin. Okay, let's proceed to our main event of our webinar for today. Our topic, the Developing Personal Financial Management Skills webinar, will focus on how the participants can develop or improve on their personal financial management like saving, proper spending, budgeting, investing, and etc. And now, let me introduce to you our first resource speaker for today. He graduated BS Entrepreneurship at Polytechnic University of the Philippines, currently taking up Masters in Business Administration in the same university, previously a supervisor for human resources at White Plain Incorporated, presently connected with one of the well-known hospitals in the metro as manager for financial counseling, certified entrepreneurial manager, management practitioner, certified corporate business skills trainer, certified leadership, performance mentor by iHealth Coaching and Business Solutions Incorporated, certified contracts and procurement green belt by the Contracts and Procurement Training, here to discuss about understanding how to monitor spending, expenses, and budgets. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Mr. Ernest B. Baron. Good morning po, Sir Ernest.
Hi, good morning. So thank you for having me here. Na-pressure ako kasi yung mga professors ko nandito. Si Ma'am Mateo, si Dr. Chance, and our chairperson, si Sir J. Tapos andyan pa si Beverly. Ayun. So, by the way, so yun, so let's start. Ready na? Kinakabahan ako.
Yes, yes sir, ready na po.
Okay, so let's start. So I will be discussing the understanding how to monitor spending, expenses, and budget. So basically, if I may ask, do we track our expenses on a daily basis? That's my first question. Maybe for many people, the idea of logging every transaction into a personal budget, maybe it sounds like the world. Maybe I may say that it must the boring, and insignificant tasks. So, but truthfully, there are a number of critical benefits. So do you think why we should track our expenses? So anyone can do you think what's the benefits of tracking our expenses? Para at least interactive yung natin, yung discussion natin. Is there someone who wants to answer? No one?
Yes, we can see there in the chat box for monitoring daw po.
Recording stopped.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
Baka medyo nahihiya lang. Okay.
Yes.
So in short, the main reason why we should track our expenses is to identify and to eliminate yung our wasteful spending, like spending habits in our financial life. But consistently tracking our expenses will help us to to maintain to control our finances and promote better financial habits like investing and savings. I may say that there are a lot of benefits to keep track our spending behavior. So if one of us here are struggling in to track our expenses, so you are in the right discussion right now. So let's start for this one. So next slide, please. So the first is maintaining financial control. When it comes to personal finance, being out of control is not something anybody that would really strive for. There's nothing worse than feeling like we don't have any idea what's going on with our finances. So for our money and how are we going to expend it and everything, yada yada yada. Okay, but the good news here is we need to make an effort to record every financial transaction that we make. It is very essential because taking the reins or involving your money to let us control our money and don't let us control by our money. Kasi if you will let your money control you, it's another side of the story, and you will be in bad debt. So it's that's the bad thing. So at any time you will know how much money
Recording stopped.
Is in your bank at the same time, or bank account, and how much are you going to spend. So in
Recording
other
in
words,
progress.
when you track your expenses, you take control over your finances. As mentioned earlier, let me reiterate that, don't let control us by our money. We should be the one to control our money. Yes, Annie, you have a question? May question si Annie? Nag-raise ng hands? Or baka napindot lang?
Baka napindot lang po, sir.
Okay. Sige. I'll proceed na. Okay. So next slide, please. So holding ourselves accountability. We're accountable. So if you have any plans of investing or getting out of debt or building wealth, what is us be accountable for that? So I mean, we can set financial goals, and if we have a financial dreams, but the question here is, are we tracking our expenses on a daily basis? And there is nothing to hold us accountable to make a bad financial decision when it comes to it. Tracking our expenses or holds us accountable in our daily life to our future financial goals. And in the long run, that can be the difference between a broke and a wealthy. But of course, but the question here is, who wants to be a broke? I think no one. I myself, I've been a broke prior joining PUP Open University, but PUP Open University changes my life as in super duper. I've been a big change came into my life. I've been rejected a lot of companies out there because of having no diploma. As in talagang I still recall I'm crying when Professor Dumlao is interviewing me. I'm one of the teary-eyed people who is pleasing the PUP Open University to accept me, because I know for myself that this is my second chance. I live independently when I was 17 years old. My mom passed away at that age, and my dad stole away. I'm the breadwinner in the family and supporting my three siblings. And so when I entered PUP Open University, that was 2014. So a lot of challenges encountered in my life, but fortunately, here I am, already graduated last May 16, 2018. That's one of the memorable in my life, and taking right now an MBA. But okay, so going back to the discussion. So tracking our expenses hold us accountable for our future financial goals. So so it can be a difference. So broke and a wealthy. So kumbaga, no one wants to be broke. So next slide, please. Thank you. So tracking our financial progress. In addition to holding ourselves accountable, tracking our expenses on a day-to-day basis really help us to progress on the road of our financial goals. Sure, there are maybe times when we need to answer ourselves for a bad decision, but keeping track of our positive progress is very important. Think about this. If your goal is saving 1 million a year, and you track your expenses every day, maybe we can celebrate a little wins along the way. But for example, if you do without an expensive dinner out, and instead of cook food at your condo, to your houses, and tracking your expenses, we'll see that the impact of the decision in regards to your saving goals. And at the same time, tracking your progress maybe help us to keep motivated on the way to our goals. So for example, in this year, we're targeting 1 million, and for this year we were able to save on a monthly basis, or every payday, we save 1,000. So 20, that's already 24,000 in a year. So we are lacking lang ng 76,000 for that one. But of course, if you keep track on your expenses and review what should not be done, you can able to increase more yung savings natin, for us to achieve that, our goal to have a 1 million in our bank or in our savings. Next slide, please. Keeping your finances organized. I still remember my mom when she's still alive. She said it's easier to keep clean and than to make clean. What does she means? Is that in any area of life, it is easier to organize than it is to organize a messy financial situation. Because my mom before, when she's still alive, she's a consultant, a business consultant in a restaurant businesses. So she has a lot of consultant sa iba't ibang restaurants. So and in her saying, really guided me through my life. In short, lagging or disorganizes finances or to financial problem, whereas lead to financial problems. I mean, whereas if you spend 5 minutes or a minute of your time lagging your expenses, and at looking at your bank account or to your wallet every day, you are much likely to let anything slip through the cracks. So you monitor that every day, and so that in the near future, it's just like in our life, if or even in our own love life, if you think that this is the person that you don't want to be in your life in the near future, you will avoid that kind of behavior, and you will look for someone better. So just like in the finance. So next slide, please. So improving your financial security. If you go weeks or worse, months without checking your money or bank accounts per se, and logging your expenses into a budget, you are risking financial security. What if somebody steal your debit information, your debit card or your money in the bank, your information, and start spending your money? And that's a situation that you don't want to find out the hard way, right? But if you do on a daily basis, you continuously able to monitor your money. In fact, this may be most important reason for us expenses every day, to track our expenses every day. Consider this. Would you rather catch a fraudulent transaction in your bank account the day it happens, or discover somebody spent all your money? That's one of the questions. So tracking our expenses every day is a small price to pay when it comes to our financial security. So that's one of the factor for us to improve our financial security. Next slide, please. Reducing our financial stress, which is that's what really want us to avoid that. Ignorance in our personal finances or finance is anything but happiness. With what I am trying to point out, we've all seen those people that that they just don't know, seem to care about their spending habits. They throw every single purchase on a different credit card, finance brand new cars that they can't afford. What it causes them, they end up buried under a mountain of financial stress. All of these can be avoided with two simple steps. First is living on a budget and track our expenses on a daily basis. Is it hard? I don't think so. It's easy to track our expenses on a daily basis than to be buried under a mountain of debts. No one wants to be in debt forever. So the more we are diligent and disciplined we are about tracking our expenses, the less likely we are to make unwise financial decision. As we reduce our unwise financial decision, we will able to reduce one of the leading cause of stress in your life. Do you think what is one of the major stress in our life? Anyone else? Money problems. I myself, before, when I'm not tracking my expenses, that's one of one of my major problem in my life. Though right now I encountered this sometimes, but not that major, because I was able to contemplate and check my bank detail, my bank book, and my records. What should not be what should I improve on a daily basis? Okay, so like right now, I can able to for me, this is just me. This is I would rather commute than to use my wheels to if I go near area. So I would rather take jeep and pay 9 pesos than to spend for the gasoline and parking ticket. So hindi sa kuripot, but we need to be practical nowadays, most especially this pandemic. There are a lot of people who who are jobless right now, which I think in my own little way, I help the Filipino people to have their job and so that they can able to bring food on their table. While if I will purchase a gasoline outside and pay for my uh, parking ticket, I will let the rich people be more rich. So that's one of my goal. So that's my mentality. Next slide, please. Finding ways to save more money. One of the best part about tracking our expenses is that we are likely to find wasteful expenses that we can eliminate. For example, on a multiple occasions, um, we had a friends, or even ourselves, um, they discover online subscription that they have forgotten already. Like me, I way back then, I for I forgot that I'm paying Netflix every month, that I'm not using it. Because most of my time, even I'm here at the condo, uh, I'm workaholic, so I focus on my work, in my work, rather than watching uh, a Netflix. So kumbaga, if I only have a spare time, that's the time I will be only watching Netflix. But it's a very few, very rare. I mean, so sometimes I forgot that. So that's just one of the example. So in addition to the unused subscription, um, we will probably find other areas of financial wasteful that we can eliminate. And when we doing so, it opens the opportunity to redirect that money into a savings. So instead of using that X amount of money to unuseful or uh, um, unproductive expenses, you can put into your bank that maybe you even they have a small interest, but still it's still an interest that will benefits us for us to save more money. So in my that's my in my own experience, when I am ultra consistent about tracking my expenses daily, I save more money on my target savings. If you extrapolate that over the course of the year, it can make a huge difference. So having that, um, I really encourage it, every one of us here to find ways to save more money for us to like for example, I would rather put into an insurance company to um, for my future, like so that in the future, if you get older, you you will see the fruit of your hands. And we don't really know, most especially this trying time of pandemic. um, we don't really know if when we are going to be sick, and we don't want to be alarmed and and disturb other people. If when are you going to get your funds for um to sustain, or I mean to pay for your bills in the hospital. Even other people are a lot of savings, but of course, if it's not enough and you have a big, or I mean a huge hospital bill, you might need the help of others as well. How much more if you don't have savings? Where are you going to get money? The next one, next slide, please. Reducing impulsive spending. When we make a purchase without thinking it through, or consulting your budget, it can have a long-lasting negative impact on your financial life. So So from what I have observed and experienced, impulsive spending is enemy of wealth. So though I also have learned that closer you pay attention to your personal finances, I mean tracking your expenses, the less likely you are to make impulsive purchase. So now I can be 100% sure um, this is but at least I have a theory where am I coming from right now. So when we track our expenses every day, our financial well-being becomes a much bigger focus and priority in our life. So when you see something that that you might otherwise spend money on without a second thought, you pause. Let me reiterate: if you are uncertain and having you pause on that and examine in the next in the context of your overall financial picture. What's the purpose of it? On that pause can be the difference between unwise and impulsive purchase and that decision to walk away. So it's just like in our emotion. Whereas if you are angry, don't decide. If we are happy, don't decide. Always decide if you are on the normal state. Because um, if you are in the peak of your emotion, basically you will have a bad decision. So um, even even in, for example, we are eager to want that um want that new cell phone, and because that's a new that is the latest in the market. You pause for a while. Do I still need this, or this my current phone is suffice to my daily needs? Think about it through. Spend your money in in on that will beneficial you to your long term, or I mean long term um benefits. Like me, for me, like as I mentioned earlier, for my wheels, I don't really mind that because it depreciate while I'm investing more into house and lot and condo, because I know for myself in the near future, if I as I if I retire, I know for myself that I will have my own um, income, because here in the Philippines, if you reach 60 or 65, um, you will be out of the corporate world, not unless otherwise you will become a consultant to um, to a company. But if this is just what if it's not? What will be your um, uh, other source of income? So by doing so in my practice right now, um, I'm investing to properties, whereas I know if I will let the renter rent to my own space, I am sure that I already have my own income aside to my pension every month. That's what I how I visualize myself. I would rather do commute, then this is only applicable for me. I don't know with other people. Maybe others they are comfortable using their wheels, but this is just me. Spending and to house and lot really save me a lot of money, especially to my future. And I'm sure that even I don't have work, if I reach my retirement age, I already have money coming in to my bank. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so avoiding debt. I don't think there's a I don't think that there's a secret on um to 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 avoid that, but be at the budget. Being on the budget um really avoid us a lot to being in the debt. It just sounds like, right, debt and death. So it's just like killing you every day if you are paying your what do you call that, interest on every on a monthly basis. I know many of majority here are not fans of debt. Though to be honest, I've never met, honestly, let me reiterate that. I've never met anybody that loves paying interest. Who wants to pay interest? I don't think so. If you want to, or making monthly debt payments. Sure, they may love the car that they finance, or the expensive bag that they put on a credit card. But if you ask them if they love making payments on it, I can almost guarantee you that they will say no. I am sure for that. And for that reason, tracking our expenses can be a powerful motivator to guide clear of debt. When we are not if we are in debt, and we are not tracking our day-to-day basis expenses, and it's easy to let the amount of debt you are paying each month slip through the cracks, and you will and I believe it's unnoticed. But once you start cracking every peso that leaves your bank or to your pocket, you will start to add up the debt payments, and it can be an eye-opening. In fact, one of the original reasons, and I decided to get out of debt and stay out of debt forever, of course, was I started to track my expenses, and I am very disgusted, honestly, by how much money is spent on debt each month. It wasn't overwhelming, to say that the least, but thanks God, I really did. And for those people who are struggling right now, if you track on your finances, I'm telling you, you were able to do that. Okay. Last but not the least, next slide, please. Sorry. Stay focused. every time you sign in to your bank account and start lagging your expenses, even it takes only a couple of minutes of your time, um you are making a conscious choice to focus on the well-being of your financial situation. And this more consistent action can lead the powerful result. Next slide, please. Okay, so I need your participation on this, and how are you going to assess this picture? Anyone? Anyone who wants to visualize this picture, and how are you going um, to see this a rack with a full rice in the jar, and a rack is almost empty, empty rice. Correct. I agree with you, Irvi Salonga. Balance of expenses and savings. This is this is what I said earlier. So you have a lot of funds, or I mean, you were able to have a lot of money in your bank, and you were yes, before and after effects. Yeah. So it's just like a matter of um without monitoring yourself, because you really enjoy of being your comfort zone and having your money in the bank, and you don't really notice that it's already slipped to the cracks, whereas that you are already trapped in the debt. It's just like a matter of you enjoy the you enjoy the day, but how about tomorrow? We don't really want to do that. At the end of the day, you cannot get out of that jar. Let's imagine we are the rat inside that jar. Before we can skip out of that jar. But since we did not monitor, or we did not track our expenses, yeah, correct. You utang, the more trap than the pondi ka na. I love it. Okay, so you get out of trap. So since you did not monitor that, you will just paying your debt forever, and you cannot get out of that, not unless otherwise you you do business, and your business is doing great, um and you cannot skip that already. You may skip that, but it takes a while. But if you will do that in the beginning, you were able to get out, or at least to avoid that stage. So think about it. If we are if we were to focus to your energy every day for the next year, or on saving more money, do you think how much do you think you could save if you were to focus on getting out of debt? Do you think how fast do you think you could pay it all off? Tracking your expenses may seem like an insignificant task, but it is a daily trigger for us to refocus on our goals and getting better. Okay, so please do allow me to end my talk with a quote. Next slide, please. So as mentioned earlier, you must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ernest, for your informative presentation. Yes, talaga naman kaming natutunan on how to track and monitor our financial progress and how to maintain financial control, and also how to spend and budget wisely, lalo na sa mga gastador at di alam ang gagawin regarding financial matters. Gusto ko din yung sinabi ni Sir na if you're happy or angry, don't decide, and think debt as debt. Yun lang talaga. Sobrang malaking tulong po ito for everyone, and ang pinaka-the best talaga is to save. Again, thank you, Sir Ernest. Maraming salamat po.
My pleasure is mine.
Yes. Okay. So now we will be answering some queries posed by our participants. You may post your questions in the chat box and it will be answered by our resource speaker, Sir Ernest. Yes. Tingin po tayo na ating mga questions.
Ernest, may tanong ako.
Yes, sir.
If you keep on buying real estate, wala ka ng pera. Paano yun?
Actually, sir, maybe for now, you just need still on the budget. Kasi, sir, ang ano pa rin natin, ang kailangan natin consider, hindi buying na buy lang ng real estate. We should still always on the budget. So, if you think that you cannot afford that, don't buy too much. So, as mentioned po kanina, be on the budget. If you think that you can still afford that and you can able to sustain that, and then go for it. But if not, don't push through with it. Kasi lagi natin titingnan yung future goal natin. And what will sometimes it's just like in the gym, no pain, no gain. So ganun din siya yung for our future plans for us to reach our retirement age.
Magandang tanong sa chat box, Ernest.
Yes. Ayan
Sorry.
po. Meron po
What
tayong
if,
question
sir,
dito.
What is your
Napasok.
take? What is your take po sa concept of YOLO in the connection to the financial life? Yes, it is indeed that you only live once. But the question, if since sabi nga mo you only live once, so gusto mo ba na you only live once and yung nabuhay ka na nandito sa mundo na to, you live on a debt?
Yes po, meron pa po tayong question dito from Dexter John Yumang. What if, sir, napasok ka na sa point na mas malaki ang expenses mo kaysa sa sahod and na-foresee mo na ito na maglalas ng 3 years? What is the best thing to do?
Okay. So, still, the best thing is to track your expenses every day. So, kung magkano yung kaya mo ibayad, at least, as mentioned earlier, you have your own goal. You have your goal, and at least little by little, baby steps will do. At least you can get out of debt, but you will not in debt forever. At least may progress.
May progress. Okay, ito po, last question from Johnny. Can you recommend investment? Does it affect the budgeting and related business decision? How might that affect short-term and long-term spending, sir?
Okay, it's a yes and no. You will need first to be wise. Check the credibility of that insurance company. If you think that they have, kasi kaya nga sinabi investment eh. So may para kang it's just like you are putting yourself into the gamble insurance. Pero sabi nga nila na kaya nga choose wisely. Long term, yes, kung halimbang stable yung company. Pero what if you go with fly by night companies lang. So kaya kailangan tingnan mo muna mabuti, review, and i-check mo muna kung ano yung financial statement nila kasi nagpo-post naman sila sa website nila, and gaano na ba katagal? Baka mamaya lang yan, 2 years pa lang yan, 3 years pa lang. Why do you need to invest your money to a company na nakikita mo na na hindi pa naman pala stable? So yun. it really helps you a lot kasi I myself, since I'm working in a hospital, they are using their insurances to pay their hospital bill using yung iba-iba nilang mga insurances, and they help them a lot. Yung uh, positive side. But the cons is, chinek mo ba mabuti kung stable siya or hindi.
Ayun. Yes, thank you for that, sir. Meron pa po tayong mga question dito. Medyo madami-dami tayong mga questions. Pero, isa pa po, pipili. Yes,
Ernest,
po.
pwede bang ipadala na lang sa email mo yung mga questions na yan, tapos pakisagutan na lang dahil magaganda yung mga tanong dito.
Sure po. Alam mo naman, sir, for anything for you, Sir Jay.
Ano bang email mo, bro?
I-type ko po.
Sige, sa chat box. So yung mga questions na hindi masagot ni Ernest, ano na lang sa kanya, email na lang. Maganda talaga masagot niya yun personally, kasi nga thing is hindi ganun kalaki yung time natin, and then we're looking forward to the next speaker. Then by the way, Ernest has been my student for the longest time. Na-remember ko nung ini-interview ko yan, iyak-iyak pa nga yan, yung kwento niya kanina. Estudyante ko sa undergrad, ngayon estudyante ko sa MBA.
Sir.
Ako, Diyos ko, pag MBA yan, tutuloy pa doon niya sa DBA.
Yes,
about 3 years time, 4 years time, si Dr. Ernest Baron. We're looking forward to that, Ernest.
Thank you, sir.
Sige, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Aldrin?
Yes, okay, sir. Now I believe the most questions have been answered, and for sure, sasagutin tayo ni sir, or you can just email him sa kanyang email address para i-send ang inyong mga katanungan. Again, thank you so much, Sir Ernest, for sharing your thoughts and knowledge about for today's topic. At this time, we would like to present our certificate of recognition to Mr. Ernest B. Baron, Polytechnic University of the Philippines Open University System, Institute of Open and Distance Education, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. This certificate of recognition is given to Mr. Ernest B. Baron for having shared knowledge and expertise as resource speaker during the webinar titled Developing Personal Financial Management Skills, given on July 17, 2021, signed by Dr. Diana Lee Tracy Chan, Quality Assistance and OJT Coordinator, Dr. Rosemary Beth Dizon, Director IODE, and Professor Jerome P. Domlao, Program Chair BS Entrepreneurship. Thank you, sir. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Ernest,
and
thank
now,
you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
sir.
Ernest.
Thank you, Prof.
And now, before we continue to our second topic, our course specialist, Professor Carol Mateo, will explain more about the PUP Open Distance Learning Education. You can also post your questions. Kung may mga questions kayo, you can send it to the chat box about the PUP OUS, and Professor Carol will definitely answer it after her discussion, syempre.
Okay, thank you, Aldrin. Maraming salamat. Pero before that, okay lang ba? I-play muna ulit natin ang ABP ng Open University System.
Yes, oo naman po, ma'am. Sure.
A while.
This is the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Open University System. The PUP-OUS, also known as the Pamantasang Bayan, is an innovative system in delivering higher educational services away from the formal, highly structured, and classroom-oriented traditional approach. It is the PUP-OUS commitment to provide quality education through the open and distance learning system in order to respond to the needs and challenges of the technologically advanced and globally linked society. The PUP-OU caters quality education to the economically disadvantaged students, out-of-school youth, teachers, administrators, managers, professionals, ordinary employees, and to all who are passionate and dedicated in pursuing their degree or non-degree courses despite of accessibility, time, and domestic constraints. PUP-OUS Drive answers the call to higher education institutions in continuing contributions to the efforts of the government in recognizing its objectives of poverty alleviation, global competitiveness, and sustainable development for the benefit of the present and future generations of Filipinos. The Institute of Open and Distance Education, or IODE, provides an opportunity to maintain, complete, or continue university study while working, caring for a family, or sustaining a busy life. It provides an option on when and where you learn and study independently with the guidance of a course specialist who grades and comments on your work in the blended mode of delivery. IODE offers Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, Bachelor in Public Administration, Bachelor of Science in Office Administration, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Human Resources Management, Post-Baccalaureate Diploma in Information Technology, Master in Communication, Master in Education Management, Master in Information Technology, Master in Public Administration, Master in Business Administration, Master of Science in Construction Management, Doctor in Engineering Management, Doctor in Education Management, Doctor in Business Administration, Doctor in Public Administration. The Institute Non-Traditional Study Program, Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program, or INE, offers programs where students will earn a degree through accreditation and equivalency. The Non-Traditional Study Program is a self-study program wherein the student's educational background, work experiences, and achievements are evaluated and accredited through a rating system that leads to the completion of the undergraduate and graduate degrees. NTSP offers various non-board undergraduate and graduate programs. The Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program of the Commission on Higher Education is an educational assessment scheme which recognizes knowledge, skill, and prior learning attained by individuals from non-formal and informal educational experiences. ITIAB offers various non-board undergraduate programs. The Institute of Continuing and Professional Development, or ICPD, is committed on enhancing the individual professional's knowledge and skills through integrated, industry-based professional development experiences in collaboration with the Professional Regulation Commission, Commission on Higher Education, and other government and non-government organizations. ICPD is also the provider of continuing professional education units for professionals of PRC in the various disciplines. It also assures its participants have access to innovative strategies in order to solve problems, create solutions, and use best practices through industry expert trainers who provide multilingual, multinational, and multimodal training programs for academe, government, and private firms. This includes workforce trainings, diploma programs, certificate, and skills courses. For more than decades, various activities were accomplished by OUS aligned in the university's vision towards the National Polytechnic University. As an accredited member of professional organizations that include the International Council on Distance Education, the Asian Association for Open University, BUP-OUS has been acknowledged by the UNESCO Asia-Pacific region for higher education knowledge based on open and distance learning in Bangkok, Thailand on 2003. Ang inyong pamantasang bayan, PUP Open University System, the country's first open university.
Yes.
Nakaka-proud. Good morning, everyone. So let me share first this PowerPoint. Right. So, to begin with, meron na po tayong unang question kanina yan sa ating isang participant na first time niya raw pong narinig ang tungkol sa PUP Open University. So ang question niya is, this purely online? Yes po, right now po ay purely online po ang Open University. Before po kasi meron tayong contact session. Naalala niyo pa po ba yan? Yan si Ernest, naalala niya pa yan. Meron tayong contact session na 4 meetings per semester, per subject. And then meron binubuo po to or hinahati po ito sa 2 blocks per semester. So right now po ay purely online ang Open University system. So ito po ang first Open University sa Pilipinas. So we are offering these undergraduate programs. So para po sa mga estudyante or sa mga gusto pong maituloy ang pag-aaral nila or gusto pong makapag-aral kahit na or despite dun sa busy schedules nila, ito po ang fit na fit po sa inyo. So ang Open University system po ay nag-offer ng undergraduate programs, Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. Ngayon po ay meron na po tayong BSBA major in Human Resource Management, BSBA major in Marketing Management. We have Bachelor of Science in Office Administration, Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, and Bachelor of Science of Public Administration. So para po sa mga nagwo-work, sobrang busy sa schedule nila. Yan. para po sa mga mommies or daddies na gusto pa rin pong magtuloy ng pag-aaral nila kahit na nasa bahay sila. Yan. Mga empleyado sa BPO tapos wala ng time na mag-aral. Ito po ang para sa inyo. No? So punta lang po tayo dito sa www.pup.edu.ph/iapply/CAEPUPOUS. No? Ongoing na po ang application para sa first semester natin ng 2021-2022 na mag-start po sa October 2021. No? This October na po. Or pwede rin po kayong tumawag sa Registrar and Admission Office natin sa 5335-1787 Local 325 or sa direct line po natin sa 5335-1726. Yan. So para po sa mga nagtatanong, may age limit po ba ito? Wala po. No? Wala pong edad. No? Wala pong age para sa mga gustong matuto at gustong mag-aral at gustong makagraduate. Ngayon, para po sa ating mga graduating students na nag-organize po ng webinar natin today, pwede po, no, pagka-graduate natin, tuloy po agad sa Advanced Study Program. Katulad po ni Ernest, no? Yan, sabi nga po ni Sir Jay, estudyante po natin si Ernest sa BS Entrepreneurship at ngayon po ay nasa Advanced Study Program siya. So mga graduating po natin, enroll na po agad tayo. So meron po tayong Master in Education Management para sa mga gustong magturo katulad natin. And then Master in Communication, Master in Information Technology, Master in Public Administration para sa mga nasa government ngayon. And then Master in Business Administration, Master of Science in Construction Management. And meron din po tayo ng Doctor in Engineering Management, Doctor in Education Management, Doctor in Business Administration, and Doctor in Public Administration. So again, ano lang po natin, type lang po natin www.pup.edu.ph/iapply/OUSEE. No? So anytime po ay pwedeng mag-apply online, 24/7 po yan. And then, ang learning management po natin ay napaka-friendly po, no? Madaling matutunan kahit anong edad. Ang gamit po natin ay eMabini Portal. Yan. So alam na alam po yan nila Ernest, and then yung susunod na speaker po natin si Luis. And of course si Aldrin, tama ba? Yan,
yes,
graduate na yan, no? So tatandaan po, para makagraduate kailangan lang mag-enroll, no? Tapos hindi niyo na po mamamalayan, 4 years na pala yung nagdaan, tapos gagraduate na po pala tayo, right? And so para po sa may mga questions, pwede po tayo magtanong, no? At kung may mga iba pa kayong question later on, so pwede po tayong tumawag po sa Registrar and Admission Office.
Yes. Thank you so much po, Professor Carol Mateo. Ako po, personally, sobrang grateful po ako kasi naging part ako ng Open University. Hindi ko ine-expect na makakatapos pa ako. So, maraming salamat po talaga sa opportunity na to. And sa inyo, sa mga gusto pong mag-aral ulit at gustong matapos, gustong maabot ng kanilang mga pangarap, ito na po yun. Nandito na po ang opportunity. You only need to grab it. I-ano nyo na lang po. Enjoy nyo to kasi talagang isa to sa magandang program po ng PUP Open University. Okay?
Yan, correct, Aldrin. And then, tatandaan po, ang PUP-OUS is about giving second chances. Second chances para sa lahat po. No?
Yes.
PUP-OUS makes quality education accessible to all Filipinos na gustong mag-aral. No?
Yes.
Kapag gusto, laging may paraan yan. No?
Yes, tama po yan. I agree, Miss Carol. Thank you po dyan. And so now, we will be answering some of the questions posed by our participants. Kung may mga questions po kayo, pwede nyo po siyang i-post sa ating screen or you can ask Miss Carol later para po sa inyong mga questions about PUP-OUS. Okay po?
So ano lang po, chat lang po. Tapos sasagutin po natin yan isa-isa para po sa mga interested na mag-apply po sa PUP Open University. Aral po tayo. Dapat aral lang ng aral. No? We never stop learning. Ayan. Yan ang natutunan ko pa, Sir Jay. No? So, dapat daw ay hindi nag-i-stop matuto at mag-aral. So
Yes.
hanggang PhD, pwede po tayo sa Polytechnic University of the Philippines, sa Open University System. Thank you very much,
Yes.
Alvin. Salamat
Maraming salamat po, Miss Carol, again. Wag na nating patagalin pa. So let's move on to our second topic for today. Today's webinar, our resource speaker for today was previously graduated BS Entrepreneurship in year 2018. Dito rin siya galing. Siyempre, at Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Currently a financial consultant, key account manager at Benby Enterprises, stock market investor, co-founder at Trendy Outfits. Here to discuss about knowing how to manage cash and spending, let us welcome our resource speaker, Mr. Luis De Jesus. Good morning po, sir.
Ayan, dinig niyo ba ako?
Yes po.
Okay. Ayan, before anything else, gusto ko muna i-congratulate yung mga organizers natin today sa napakagandang event and successful. Palakpakan niyo naman yung mga organizers natin, di ba? And thank you so much for inviting me here. And maraming salamat din, especially to Sir Jay for trusting me. And I think I speak for everyone na lahat tayo nagpapasalamat na naging teacher natin si Sir Jay, di ba? And of course, maraming salamat sa attendees. I know na it's a Saturday morning, yung iba sa atin dapat tulog pa, di ba? Yung iba sa atin may hangover pa, di ba? And yung iba sa atin gusto lang magpahinga na Saturday, but you are all here today wanting to learn, and I just want to acknowledge and honor each and every one of the participants here today. Palakpakan nyo naman yung sarili nyo, di ba? Ayan. And next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. Ayan. Congratulations. And next slide, please. Ayan. So, before anything else, okay lang po ba na magpakilala ako? Okay. Ayan. And tama po yung introduction kanina. No? I'm currently a financial consultant and key account manager and entrepreneur ng isang clothing brand. Actually, none of my friends know about that clothing brand, but starting May up to this day, na 100,000 in gross sales na po kami. So if you have any questions about online selling, pwede nyo rin po akong tanungin. No? By the way, my name is Luis De Jesus. Ayan, and welcome to this financial webinar. I'm really excited for this day kasi alam ko madami kayong matututunan sa akin. So, if you guys are ready, okay lang po ba? Paki-type yung letter G para malaman kung nandito kayo lahat. Can you type G? Ayan. Okay. Maraming salamat, no? And in a moment, what I want you to do is, okay lang po ba mag-open tayo ng camera para kita ko yung mga magaganda at mga gwapo ninyong mukha? Ayan, di ba? Ayan, naka-open cam na karamihan. And this will be an interactive webinar. And interactive, and may mga papagawa ko sa inyo exercise later na madali lang naman, kaya nyo gawin kahit nakahiga kayo, di ba? And ayun, so let's get started. Bakit nyo gustong mag-manage ng pera? Bakit nyo gustong mag-budget? Bakit nyo gusto matutunang ma-master yung money? Kagaya nung sinasabi ni Sir Ernest, yung previous speaker natin kanina. Next slide. Ayan, maaaring gusto nyo mabigyan ng magandang buhay yung family ninyo. Sino ba naman ang hindi, di ba? And maaaring nandito kayo ngayon para matutunan mag-manage ng pera dahil, next slide. Ayan, gusto nyong makabili ng bahay, dream home, di ba? Or next slide, please. Or may dream car kayo na gusto nyong isa kayong girlfriend nyo, boyfriend ninyo, or mommy, daddy ninyo, di ba? And next slide. Or gusto nyo mag-travel. So, syempre, pag na-manage ninyo ng maayos yung pera ninyo, you will have the money for traveling. Or next slide, gusto nyo lang talagang yumaman. Okay? Whatever the reason is na meron kayo ngayon, today matututunan ninyo yung money management tool and system na ginagamit ko personally sa pag-manage ng pera ko. So, next slide. Ngayon, according to Business Inquirer, no, last year, 7.6 million Filipinos ang nag-retire. Naabot yung retirement age at 60 years old, 65. Okay, 7.6 million retirees. Next slide. Ngayon, out of those 7.6 million Filipinos, 1.5 million lang or 20% ang covered ng SSS. The other 80%, next slide, ay hindi po covered ng SSS. Okay? Ngayon, magkano po ba yung nakukuha ng mga pensyonado sa SSS? On average, 5,123 pesos lang per month. Ngayon, is this enough sa panahon ngayon, sa mga gastusin? Kaya nakikita ko Sir Aldrin Mailing, no? Of course not. Di ba? Magkano na ba ang kilo ng baboy? Magkano na ba ang grocery, di ba? Next slide. Ngayon, do you want this for your future self? Of course not, di ba? Ngayon, next slide. Nakikita kong number one reason kung bakit nahihirapan mag-manage ng pera ang mga tao, ang mga Filipinos is because kung paano mag-isip yung utak ng tao about strangers, ganun din niya iniisip yung future self natin. So how do our brains work? Kapag nakakasalubong ka na, next slide please, na strangers, ano yung naisip mo sa kanila? Wala, di ba? Kasi they are strangers, wala tayong pakialam sa kanila. Ganun din daw yung pagpaprocess ng utak natin when we think of our future self. Kasi it is so abstract na tingin natin, hindi siya dadating sa atin. Do you guys get me? Okay, so ganun siya gumagana. Kaya, karamihan sa mga tao, you only live once, di ba? Minsan lang to, ganyan yan, di ba? And they are not realizing na totoo, it is real, yung future self natin. If we don't take care of ourselves today, kawawa tayo in the future. Okay, next slide please. Ayan, kagaya ng sinasabi ni Sir Ernest kanina, master your money or your money will master you. Next slide. Now, why do you want to manage your money? Next slide, please. Ayan, how do you start managing money? There are two ways. Okay, meron two ways. Una, next slide. Next slide. Ayan. Back in college, no? Okay lang ba mag-share ako ng story sa inyo? Okay. Back in college, no? Disclaimer lang, hindi po kami mayaman. Okay. I do not come from a wealthy family. And early on, natutunan ko yung importance ng pagmamanage ng pera. And yung importance na magtipid, natutunan ko po yan early on. Ngayon, as time goes by, nag-iisip ako kung paano ko i-manage yung pera at college, no? Naisip ko kung paano i-manage yung pera. And I came to this mobile app. Mobile app po ito, no? That will track your expenses. That will track your daily gastos. Okay? Ang problem dito is para hindi ko siya makalimutan yung gastos ko, what I would do is, for example, magbabayad ako sa jeep, mag-i-encode ako ngayon sa cellphone ng gastos ko. Okay, magbibili ako ng pagkain sa canteen, mag-i-encode ako. So it is so hassle. And kayo din, through experience, nakakatakot maglabas ng cellphone sa jeep, di ba? So if you're encoding your expenses, may risk na baka ma-hold up ka or baka ma-snatch yung phone mo. So it is so hassle. And it is really not practical for me. Okay, so this is the first way. Next slide. Ngayon, ang na-realize ko when I asked my mentor in Sun Life about this is kasi kada gastos mo, encode ka. Pag may papasok na pera, mag-encode ka na naman. So, sobrang hassle. So, what you focus on expands. So, kapag ka dito sa first way na ginagawa ko, Ayan, may mga Sun Life policy holder dito. Ayan, di ba? So sa ginagawa kong first way na to, naka-focus ako sa expenses. Okay, what do I mean? Kasi kada may gagastusin ako, encode, di ba? So, next slide please. I want you to do this exercise, no? I want you to look at your room. Okay? To look around your room para masabi natin na what you focus on expense. I want you to look at your room. Okay? And count all the things na kulay blue. Okay? Count all the things na kulay blue. Okay? Ayan. Ngayon, nabilang na ninyo. Okay? I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Ngayon, sabihin nyo sa akin, ilan yung kulay red? Hindi nyo masabi, di ba? Kasi saan kayo nakafocus? Sa kulay blue. Di ba? What you focus on expands. So, dun sa first way na yon, nakafocus ako dun sa expenses, dun sa kulay blue. Saan ba dapat tayo nag-focus? Kung paano natin mapapayaman yung sarili natin, kung paano tayo kikita ng mas madaming pera. Kasi in all honesty, walang gustong magtipirin yung sarili. Okay? Lahat tayo gusto ng magandang lifestyle, lahat tayo gustong mag-travel. So, dito sa second way na to, next slide. Ay, sorry. Previous slide. Dito sa second way na to, isang beses ka lang mag-encode ng gastos mo sa kada cut-off, kada sweldo lang. Hindi yung mayat-maya ka nag-encode. Okay? Nakafocus ka sa paggawa ng pera kasi iniisip mo kung paano mo mas mapapalaki yung savings mo, kung paano mo mas mapapadami investments mo. Ngayon, dito sa second way na to, next slide. I graduated 2018 ng May. And on January 2019, okay, nabili ko yung e-bike. Okay, hanggang ngayon, ginagamit ko pa yung e-bike na yan. Okay? Nabili ko yan, gamit yung sarili kong pera. And then, by September 2019, next slide, I was able to buy my own motorcycle. Ilang months lang ang pagitan. Di ba? By doing this second way na sinasabi ko. And this year, March 2021, by doing this method, next slide, I was able to buy my first car at age 23. Okay? So, sino sa inyo yung excited? Sino sa inyo yung gusto malaman kung paano yung financial tool na to gumagana? Can you type G? Yan. Okay.
Ako, mukhang lahat, sir.
Okay.
Siyempre lahat kami.
Ayan. So, next slide. Okay, so, ayan yung second. Next slide. So, may binigay sa inyo na financial sheet, Google Sheet, sa email ninyo. So, I want you guys to open it. Dun sa email, may binigay sa inyong email yung organizers natin. Okay? If na-open na ninyo, okay? Wait lang. I'm just gonna share my screen right now. Ay, okay lang po ba pa-share ako ng screen? Ayan. So, wait lang. Okay. Ayan. So this is the financial sheet that I was talking about. No? Kita niyo ba lahat? Okay. Dinig ba ako loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ngayon. Okay. Ginagamit ko tong Google Sheet na to. Kada sasahod lang ako. So, it is less hassle than encoding each expense. Kasi ito yung tinatawag kong master financial sheet. Kumbaga lahat ng savings account mo, lahat ng expenses mo nandito, pati investments and liabilities. Okay? You can tweak your own financial position, okay, to to your own advantage kung paano nyo siya mas magagamit ng maayos. Okay. Now, let us say sumahod ka. Yay, sahod, di ba? Ngayon, pumasok yung sweldo mo sa BDO. Let's say ang sahod mo nasa 30,000 na. Ayan. 30,000 pesos. So, sumahod ka 30,000 pesos. So makikita ninyo dito na dito sa savings part, ayan, di ba? Automatically may formula yan na meron kang 30,000 pesos in savings. Okay? Ngayon, what other financial planners are suggesting is, di ba, sasabihin ng ibang financial planners, mag-save ka kahit 10% lang of your monthly income bago ka gumastos. And sadly, there are other people hindi kayang tipirin, hindi na mas kaya pang tipidin yung sarili nila, hindi na kayang squeeze pa yung budget nila kasi sobrang sakto lang yung sahod. Okay, and understand. Okay, kasi dyan ako galing. Okay, what I want you to do is kung hindi ninyo kaya mag-save ng 10% of your monthly income, kahit pa 5 piso lang per day. Okay, what's important is you build the habit. Okay? Eventually, dapat yung habit na i-build niyo won't hurt you. Dapat yung habit na i-build niyo ay hindi gaano makaka-affect sa finances niyo. So 5 piso, ano ba naman yung 5 piso, di ba? So 5 pesos per day, eventually it will go to 10 pesos. Eventually you will reach that 10% savings per month. Okay, so going back, 30,000 pesos, gumastos kayo. Nagkaroon kayo ng income, 30,000 pesos. Ngayon, dito, ito kasi yung personally, ito yung mga pinagkakagastusan ko po, no? So magastos po akong tao. So ito personally yung ginagastos ko. Okay? So meron dyan money allocation, peace of mind fund, long-term spending. I will explain each and every single item here. Okay? Ngayon, peace of mind fund, ito yung sinasabi nating emergency fund. Sino na sa inyo nakarinig ng emergency fund? Please type G. Ayan, okay. So emergency fund, ito yung fund na uhugutin mo in case of emergency. Siyempre, di ba, nasira kayo ng bubong, di ba? Or if you have a car, may kailangan ipaayos, or kailangan bumili ng gamot, kailangan magpa-check up. Peace of mind fund ang tawag ko dyan. Okay? Now, depende sa inyo kung magkano yung gusto nyong ilagay. Okay, but let us just say maglalagay ka ng 2,000 pesos. Okay. 2,000 pesos for peace of mind fund. So, at least meron kang mahuhugot in case of emergency. Ngayon, long-term spending. Ano yung long-term spending? Ito yung, for example, you want to travel. You want to have your own apartment. Diba? Or gusto mo bumili ng sariling kotse. Ito yung dito ka mag-iipon. Okay? So as you can see, nung nag-type ako ng 2,000 pesos, automatically nabawasan yung savings part. Okay? So 28,000 na lang siya. So kapag ka nag-encode ka dito, mababawasan niya na mababawasan. Ngayon, long-term spending, let's say gusto mo pumunta sa Boracay, okay? So magtatabi ka ngayon, let's say, ng 2,000 pesos din. So ang budget mo dyan, nasa 25,000, let's say, di ba? So 23,000 na lang yung kailangan ipunin. Ngayon, play jar. Ito po yung panlaro natin. Ito po yung pan-date. Ito po yung pambili ng sapatos. Ito po yung pangbili sa mga sales sa Lazada, sa Shopee. Okay? Importante for me itong play jar kasi dito mo matitikman, dito mo malalasahan yung pinagpaguran mo. Kaya sobrang importante nito. Kasi kapag hindi mo i-spoil yung sarili mo, kahit a little bit lang, pakiramdam mo, hindi mo, parang wala kang pinagtatrabahuhan, parang hindi mo na-enjoy yung pera mo. So this is why it's so important. So, naglagay lang 1,000. Okay? Next, apartment. So ako, nag-iipon ako pang apartment. So let's say maglalagay ako dyan ng 4,000. Education. Okay? Lahat ng dinidiscuss ko today and lahat ng na-achieve ko today it's because of reading books. It's because of attending webinars. It's because of attending seminars. Okay? And so far, kung susumahin ninyo lahat ng seminars and workshops na na-attendan ko, nasa 100,000 pesos na yan. Okay? And that is the reason why I was able to expand my knowledge and my income. This is so important. So 1,000 pesos, pambili lang ng libro. Okay, give sabi nila, give the 10% of what you want to receive. So for example, gusto mo kumita ng 40,000, dapat matuto kang magbigay ng 4,000 pesos ng bukal sa loob mo. Okay? So ayan, maglagay tayo ng 2,000. So 2,000 lang. Skip na natin tong change oil maintenance para rin sa kotse ko. And parents, so for sure lahat tayo, nagbibigay naman tayo sa parents natin, di ba? Just to give back. Okay, what happened? Lang. Wala. Nawala ba yung screen? Wala, no? Okay. Just wait a moment. Okay. Ayan. So parents, di ba? So if we want to give to our parents, bigay tayo, let's say, mga 3,000 pesos. Okay, Sun Life Insurance, 1,000. Okay. Ngayon, dito na papasok yung expenses natin, monthly expenses. Okay? What I want you to do is, kung hindi ninyo, wala kayong access right now sa Google Sheet na to, what I want you to do is I want you to list down all of your expenses, monthly basis. Okay? I'm giving you guys 1 minute to do this. Okay? And go. 1 minute lang. Ayan, so may mga nakikita ako nagsusulat. Wait, great. Okay lang. If you need extension, okay lang. I'm giving you another minute. So, it's okay. There is a principle in money, no? You cannot manage what you cannot measure. So kung hindi nyo na-measure yung gastos ninyo, hindi nyo mamamanage yung pera ninyo. Okay? Okay. Another 1 minute. And okay, time's up. Palakpakan nyo naman yung sarili nyo for knowing kung saan napupunta yung pera ninyo, di ba? Yung budget ninyo. Ayan. So, do you guys hear me? Loud and clear? Dinig po ba ako?
Yes po, sir. Loud and clear po.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Share ba ako screen? Okay. Share naman. Okay. So, hindi ko kayang ma-encode lahat ng, obviously, ng expenses ninyo dito, but it is important na alam niyo yung expenses ninyo. So, let's just use this for an example, tas i-tweak na lang ninyo after this, no? So let us say gumagastos ka ng for food, gagastos ka ng 3,000 palengke. Alam ko medyo magastos to, di ba? So gym, so nag-gym po ako. So ayan, 900. So haircut, 100. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so kaya BJJ yan, acronym na lang. So nag-martial arts din po ako. So 2,100 per month. Car, kaya nagbabayad pa po, binabayaran ko pa po yung kotse ko, 4,273. Nakikita na po ninyo yung gastos ko, no, nakakaya. Cellphone and Netflix, let's say, nasa 1,400. Parking, parking gumagastos ako 600 per month. Spotify 150. Grocery lagay na natin 5,000. Pero hindi po ito talaga yan. So masyado po malaki yung 5,000. Single lang po ako. Ayan, credit card, nakadepende naman kasi yan. Okay. So ngayon, automatically kung makita ninyo dito, meron yung cut-off column. Kasi sumasahod po tayo on cut-off basis. Okay? So, automatically, it will divide yung gastos ninyo. Okay? So, 3,000 per month, 1,500 lang per cut-off ang ilalagay ninyo dyan. Okay? So, kaya po may color coding dito sa mga to is guide ko po yan para malaman ko po kung kailan ko siya babayaran. So, for example, itong gym, yung mga naka-green po, gym, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and car, binabayaran ko sila every 15th of the month. Ngayon, yung mga naka-red, every 30th of the month ko po yan binabayaran. So, maglalagay lang po kayo dito sa column ng monthly, okay, kapag kababayaran na ninyo siya. Okay, so kung makita ninyo dito, meron pa po tayo natitira ng 14,000 pesos, pwede nyo pa siyang i-allocate dito sa mga to. Okay, so pwede nyo dagdagan yung peace of mind fund ninyo, gawin yung 5,000. So magdagdag kayo pang Boracay ninyo. Okay, so 5,000 din. So it really depends on you. Okay, what's important here is that you name every peso that is coming to your wallet. Kasi kapag hindi, you will spend blindly. Okay, hindi nyo alam kung saan napupunta yung pera ninyo. And believe me, hindi nyo gusto mangyari yun. Kasi I've experienced that before. Okay, so sa investments column naman, meron po akong stock holdings, meron po akong nag-invest po ako sa stocks. So let us say, o kaya for sure, yung iba sa inyo narinig na yung SLP, yung Axie Infinity, di ba? So madami po na umaling dyan. So let us say naglagay ka ng pera doon or naglagay ka ng pera sa Bitcoin. So may Bitcoin din po ako. So let us say, iba na lang. Okay. Nag-invest ako sa Jollibee Food Corporation. Bumili ako ng 20 shares. Tapos kada share ni Jollibee nasa 100 pesos. So maglalagay na ako ng formula. Plus times. Ayan. So meron po akong 2,000 pesos in investments in total. So pwede nyo din po siyang i-input dito if may investments na kayo, or pag may pinagkakautangan kayo, ilalagay nyo lang din dyan. Or kung may nagkakautang sa inyo, ilalagay nyo na sa receivables, 4,000. Okay? So that's it. Do you have any questions? Or may nalalabuan po ba sa inyo? Okay lang, you can type your questions here. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the feedbacks. Ayan, yung mga questions, you can open your mic, okay lang naman. Or kung nahihiya kayo, you can chat. Ayan. Ang dami, isa-isa lang magtatanong. Joke lang. Ayan, ayan, thank you so much. It is very helpful to you, Sir Jeren. Thank you so much. Ako po yung gumawa nitong financial sheet na to, and yung mga clients ko sa Sun Life, wait lang, may nagtanong kanina, ano yung formula? Ayan. So ano po yung formula sa investment po? Hindi ko po nakita. Salamat. Okay. Ano lang, i-multiply mo lang yun. I-multiply mo yung share price, kung magkano mo siya nabili sa dami ng shares na binili mo. So, multiplication lang yun. Okay, tapos i-add mo yun dun sa column. So, automatically naman, naka-formula na yan dun sa financial sheet na in-email sa inyo. Ayan. So, any more questions? Ayan. Thank you so much. I became aware of my expenses now. Thank you so much for, for appreciating. Ayan. Ayan, so if wala na kayong question, I'll give the floor to our organizers. Ayan, before anything else, palakpakan nyo naman yung mga sarili nyo, di ba? Ayan, for a really interactive people. Interactive seminar. Ano yun, sir?
Thank you for that, Sir Luis. Maraming salamat po for that informative presentation and how to manage your money, of course, and for sharing the financial sheet or master financial sheet to guide us in the near future. Makakatulong sa ating lahat yan, for sure. Okay, so now, since we will be answering some queries posed by our participants and I think nasagot na naman ni Sir. Kung may mga katanungan pa kayo, you can just message Sir Luis later. Okay?
Yes. And, parting words lang, okay lang.
Sure.
I know we are 300 packs right now. Okay? And 1% lang sa population na to yung I think mag-a-apply ng tinuro ko today. And those 1% will be able to master their money. Okay? And I really hope ma-apply ninyo to sa finances ninyo kasi this is the reason, major reason kung bakit nakabili ako ng mga gusto kong bilhin. Ayan. Ayan lang po.
Yes, thank you po. Maraming salamat po, Sir Luis, sa pag-share po ng inyong master financial sheet.
Kanina ko lang naisip yung pangalan ng sheet niya. So, you can name it anything you want.
Yes, thank you po, sir, again. Thank you po. Okay, so I think most of the questions have been answered. Thank you so much, Mr. Luis, for sharing your thoughts and knowledge about our topic for today. And now,
sir, wait lang.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Maraming salamat din sa mga sponsors. Naalala ko, yung blueberry jam, strawberry jam, and orange marmalade. Kung kanino mang business yon, I'm really, really grateful. Nagustuhan ko siya. And yung honey, yung coffee, yung tea. Ayan, maraming salamat po. You are very generous. And yung Korean bag. So maraming salamat.
Salamat. Buti naman po, sir, at nagustuhan nyo, sir. Maraming salamat po. Okay, and now I would like to present our certificate of recognition to Mr. Luis De Jesus, Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Open University System, Institute of Open and Distance Education, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. This certificate of recognition is given to Mr. Luis De Jesus for having shared knowledge and expertise as resource speaker during the webinar titled Developing Personal Financial Management Skills, given on July 17, 2021, signed by Dr. Diana Lee Tracy Chan, Quality Assistance and OJT Coordinator, Dr. Rosemary Beth Dizon, Director IODE, and of course, ang ating poging-pogi, Professor Jerome P. Dumlao, Program Chair, BS Entrepreneurship. Yes. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, sir. And,
yes, may nagtatanong, sorry. I keep on it.
You know, we can answer several questions, Carol. Yes. Pwede, di ba? Medyo maaga pa tayo.
Yes, po, maaga pa po.
Yes po, maaga pa po.
Go ahead, Luis.
Time.
Interesting kasi yung topic ni Luis.
Yeah. Sir Luis Desos, gusto ko mag-share stocks sa Jollibee. Okay. There are two ways kung paano ka makakabili ng stocks. Okay. Una is through a mutual fund. Yan yung mga Sun Life. But I won't, actually, di na po ako nagbebenta ng insurance and mutual fund. So, this is purely knowledge giving for me. Pero yun, there are two ways you can invest in stocks, mutual fund, una, and you can invest on your own. So paano yung on your own? If you have a savings account in BDO, BPI, meron po silang stock trading platform na tinatawag. You can apply for it online Within 3 days lang naman po ang approval, and then you can start buying your own shares. Ganun lang po siya kadali. Hindi po kailangan ng malaking pera. I started back in college, second year college, I think. 1,000 pesos lang is really good, just to get your foot on the just to test the waters, and dun magsa-start kasi yung learning ninyo when you start doing it. Ayan. So, ganun po. Okay pa rin po ba bumili ng stock sa Call Financial? Actually, palagi nagka-crash yung Call Financial, COL Financial, no? Kapag ka madaming bumibili ng stocks, nagka-crash siya. So, I personally use BDO Nomura. Pero hindi naman din ganun kaganda yung review sa BDO Nomura. So, first Metrosec. Ayan, if you are Metrobank savings account holder, first Metrosec. May BPI din, but I don't know the name. Pero pwede nyo research sa internet. Tas BDO Nomura. Okay, and COL Financial. Ayun. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Ayan, may questions pa po ba?
Yes, thank you for that.
Maganda ba siya? This is a really controversial topic, no? I'll answer the AXI muna. Okay. Lahat ng investments merong risk. Okay? And kahit stock market, kahit mutual fund, you can wake up the next morning, wala na lahat ng invest mo. So what I'm suggesting is you only invest what you are willing to lose. Okay? In stocks, mas safe siya. Stocks, ayan, it is a lot safer than AXI and Bitcoin. If you are investing sa AXI, you should be prepared to lose all your money. I'm not saying when, pero I'm not saying it could happen, but it is a good thing na madaming kumikita sa AXI ngayon. Okay, but what I'm suggesting is you manage kung magkano na ipapasok mo sa AXI. Kasi the price of SLP, if you guys are familiar, Smooth Love Potion is really fluctuating. So 18 pesos siya right now, tapos bababa yun sa 10, tapos basta ano siya. Parang ganun pag pataas baba siya. So it's really a volatile investment. So hindi ako nag-invest sa AXI ngayon. Okay, so for us po na walang background sa investing, where's the best place to learn about stocks or investments? Any sites or books you can recommend, sir? Learn about stocks. Merong ebook si Brother Bo Sanchez, if you know him. You can search sa internet. Actually, dito ko natutunan talaga yung unang stocks. No? Dito ako unang natuto. My Maid Invests in the Stock Market. That is the title of the ebook. My Maid Invests in the Stock Market. So, nandun yun. Yung mga basic lang naman yung kailangan nyo matutunan. Kasi kahit na anong aral nyo sa stocks, if you're not gonna do it, hindi din kayo matututo. Okay, so start small, kahit 500 pesos, 1,000 pesos. It's really a good amount to invest. Sir, ano sa tingin mo, bullish or bearish pa ba ang crypto market right now based on your analysis? Well, actually, ngayon, it is at its lowest, di ba, 30,000. So pumalo yung crypto, especially Bitcoin at $60,000 per coin. So mataas siya nun. And kasi ako right now, may sinusunod lang akong turo, which is si Robert Kiyosaki, and he is suggesting everyone to put their money sa cryptocurrency. Okay? It is a really good investment. But right now, talo ako, so malaki po nawala sa akin sa crypto, but it's still there. Inantay ko na siya na tumaas. So yun nga, kagaya na sabi ko kanina, invest what you, kung ano yung kaya nyong dibdibin na mawala sa inyo, yun lang yung invest ninyo. Okay? And build up your emergency fund, yung peace of mind fund na sinabi ko kanina, before you start investing. Okay, yun pala muna. Number 1, peace of mind fund. And then, kapag na-achieve nyo na yun, yung peace of mind fund is 3 months of your monthly expenses. So, kunyari, if 20,000 pesos ang monthly expense mo, so dapat meron kang 60,000 just sa peace of mind fund ninyo bago kayo mag-start ng investment. Okay? Ayan. Crypto is really volatile. Kung open yung link mo, sir. Okay. Ayan. So, ayan. Any more questions? Ayan, good. Meron siyang libro from Bo Sanchez.
Yes.
Ayan,
Thank
yan.
you, sir.
So tama yung sinabi ni Miss Julieta. You can start investing in GCash for 50 pesos yan. Ayan, tama siya. So, konti lang yung tataya mo, 50 pesos lang. So, goods na yun. Diba? Okay, may nagtanong pa. Nice. Daming tanong. Okay, gusto ko yan. What can you advise for those who plan to do investments but is afraid of doing so because of the fear of being scammed? Okay. There is a really quick way kung paano malalaman if scam yung ino-offer sa inyo. Una, if sinabi nilang magpasok ka ng 1,000 magiging 10,000 or outlandish promises na next month tutubo na agad yung pera mo, no. There is no guarantee in investing. Okay, unang-una yon. There's no guarantee. Okay, pangalawa, make sure na trusted niyo yung taong pagkakatiwalaan niyo ng pera niyo. Okay, yun ang una. Trusted dapat. Regardless of the company, dapat talagang tiwala kayo sa tao na hindi ako lolokohin ito. Okay? Ganun dapat. Okay? Kasalanan ni Elon Musk na bumaba yung Bitcoin. No, tama naman. Nilalaro niya yan, di ba? 2018 ako last nag-invest sa crypto, first time na nag-1 sa Bitcoin. Yeah, nag-invest din ako doon sa crypto noong 2018 eh. Pero, sir, how can we save money if we have loans like car mortgage and insurance premium? Okay. I know it's hard, 'di ba? Especially kung talagang tight yung budget ninyo. Yun nga, kagaya na sabi ko kanina, you have to dinig pa ba ako? Dinigin pa naman ako, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dinig pa po.
Okay. So, you have to start small. Okay? Yung hindi ma-affect yung pagbabayad ng mga needs ninyo. Okay, kahit na anong sabihin ng mga insurance agents, 'di ba? Sobrang hirap talaga mag-ipon kapag tight talaga yung budget mo. So, if you cannot downgrade your lifestyle right now, ang gawin mo lang is mag-ipon ka ng 5 pesos per day. Hindi naman siya ganun kasakit, 'di ba? What's important is you build the habit. Okay, yun yung una. Kailangan magsimula ng magandang habit. Okay?
Kawawa naman ang Shopee at Lazada. That's my point. Yung gastos mo dun, how can you manage that?
Yes.
Okay. If syempre, you have to spoil yourself din, di ba? Sa Lazada, sa Shopee. So, kailangan mo lang din mag-set ng budget. For example, 10%. So, if may pumasok na pera sa'yo 15,000, so 1,500, ilagay mo doon. And at least may pang-enjoy ka sa sarili mo. Kasi pag hindi ka naglagay ng 1,500 dyan, it's either feeling mo, ginugutom mo yung sarili mo, or mas malaki sa 1,500 yung gagastusin mo. Dahil lang sa dalawa yun. So you have to really put a budget on everything and name every peso.
So buhay pa rin ang Shopee at Lazada. Hindi natin maapektuhan yan.
Pwede yun, sir. Online seller din ako, sir. So gusto kong bumibili yung mga tao. Ayan.
Set your limitations.
Ayan, basta may limit po. Tama po si ma'am. Ayan, man po mas okay na crypto po. Kasi madaming cryptocurrency ngayon na basura talaga. Okay, na bubble talaga. So, unang-una dyan yung Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, doon ako nakalagay ngayon ng pera. Yung Dogecoin, I'm really skeptical of it. No? Ayun, yung Ethereum and Bitcoin kasi silang dalawa yung madami na kasing tumatanggap ng Bitcoin as a form of payment sa ibang bansa. So, it is somehow okay. 'Di ba? Yung Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay? Start small muna tayo sa investment, tama? Okay. Fixed rate again. Mas maganda pa din po mag-invest sa virtual like CIMB and Yeah. Tama. Sa akin po 5 years na savings sa Pag-ibig MP2 program din nag-interest service. Yan, tama yan. Pag-ibig MP2, it's really good place to put your money. Ayan, so set limit your expenses. Ayan, it's really good na madami na sa inyo nag-start ng investing, no? And really aware of their money. Okay. Learn to prioritize your needs. Yeah, syempre. Ayan. So, are there any more questions?
Any final words na, Luis and Ernest?
Yes, sir.
Final words?
Ay po, nakapag final words na ako. Ayun, start small if hindi nyo kaya ng malaki agad, di ba? And build the habit. And please apply kung ano yung natutunan ninyo today right after this program. Kasi pagka pinatagal pa ninyo yan, after one day, hindi nyo na yan gagawin. Okay, so do it immediate. Okay.
Ernest, anything last words?
Yeah. Sir, actually, very short and concise. Always be on the budget.
Yes. Always.
Very good. Very good advice.
Yes, thank you po sa sa ating mga resource speaker. Talagang marami tayong natutunan ngayong araw na to. And I think I believe the most questions have been answered. Maraming salamat po Sir Luis De Jesus and Sir Ernest Baron for sharing your knowledge.
Aldrin, sorry.
Yes po.
Yung question kasi may na-receive na ako kanya sa email. So
yes po.
Balikan ko po kayo by next week. Kung ano man yung mga questions na pumasok dito ngayon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir. Salamat po, sir. Okay. And sa lahat po na nagtatanong about certificate, we will provide one as long as you are registered and done answering our feedback form, which will be pinned in the chat box here on Zoom and on the comment section on FB Live. Kindly wait for the feedback form po. Ayan po. Also, please wait around 1 to 3 days for the certificate to be sent to your email. And also, please double check po kung tama po yung mga details. Kung tama yung mga details dun sa certificates na na-receive nyo po. Technical team, yes? Thank you.
Picture daw.
Picture.
Yes. Okay, sure po. And now let's before we take some picture po, sorry po. Can we let me just hand over to our program chair, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, Professor Jerome Dumlao for closing remarks.
Closing remarks.
Yes po, sir.
Grabe na no? So yung talagang influx ng information today was really overwhelming. No? We have two very, very good resource people here. Talagang pinili namin talaga yan. Ernest is practicing now and you know, background na kanya kanina nag-aaral siya and everything. Luis, ever since he was in college, ito na talaga yung interest niya. Minsan na-absent niya sa klase para pumunta lang sa kung saan sa Makati mag-a-attend ng mga seminars. I remember that. Mag-a-attend na ng mga seminars about financing and everything. And then he will ask me questions in regard to that. So, he was a very good choice. No, I didn't realize that ang yaman mo na pala, Luis, no? So,
grabe, sir.
Magpapa-BTS bill ka ba mamaya or something? Pero yun nga, that's the point here. It is never too late. There's no age for this. It's neither you're too young for this or too old for this. The budget, sabi nga ni Ernest, is stay within the budget. Sabi ni Luis, you can start small and grow big and then put in aside yung mga 5 piso. Hindi ako maniniwala mahirap kayo. Hindi ko naniniwala wala kayong pera. Dahil may pan-load kayo, may pang-bingo kayo, may pang-tongits kayo, may pang-forma kayo and everything. Bawasan natin ng konti yun. Diba yung pang-tongits mo, instead of pang-tongits mo yun, hindi sigurado, save mo, lalaki ng lalaki, may lalagay mo sa MP2 mo yan or whatever sinasabi natin kanina. At pwede mong gamitin pang negosyo at kapital. Okay? Tanggalin lang natin kung hindi kama si Ernest, kung hindi kailangan ng Netflix, tanggalin ng Netflix, kung hindi kailangan ganyan, tanggalin yung ganyan. Diba? Yung vision natin. Pero sabi nga ni Luis, konting spoiled sa sarili kasi pag nabaliw ka naman, ang dami mo kinikita, para kang miser na baliwala lahat yan. Remember, you're earning money to spend for your needs din. Hindi pa na yan. Ako din, ganun ang ginagawa. I earn my money. And then pag sweldo, awards night sa bahay namin, my wife would say, and the envelope please, then bibigyan mo na ng ganyan. Okay? It's an investment. That's my investment. No? You give the money there kaysa naman mapunta sa ambisyo ko ngayon, books and then fountain pens. I collect fountain pens na rin. And then yung mga ganun mga bagay na simpleng buhay na lang na hindi katulad before na di ba? That's very important. Maraming salamat the two of you. So we hope na hindi po ito ang huli. And I'd like to thank the organizing committee here, yung Ma'am Carol and then the class of Carol, and then yung sa OJT natin dito. And then thank you for the support ng 300. Umabot ng 300, no? I'm sure marami pang gustong pumasok. Kanina 300 yung limit casino account. Ang dami pang gustong pumasok. So, patok na patok yung ginawa ni Luisa to, no? Ni Ernest dito na wow, 300 individuals na natulungan natin ngayon na maayos ang big budgets, maayos ang finances nila. So 2-3 years from now, hindi lang dalawa ang motor nyo, may kotse ka pang puti, di ba? Kasama pa yung condo. Sa buhay natin, no? Yung pinapangarap natin ng ganyan. But dahan-dahan, huwag mong frustrate, huwag mag-ganun ganyan. Sabi nga ni Luis, kung ano ang pwedeng mawala sa iyo, yun lang ang ilagay mo dyan. Okay? And that is a very important thing. We're looking forward to more programs like this. And I'm sure everybody learned something. Ako, at this age, marami pa ako natutunan, nainganyo ako magano pa, magdagdag pa sa MP2 ko and everything. So, yun ang gawin natin. Dr. Dison, would you like to say a few words? Ma'am Beth?
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So,
Beth.
congratulations
Good morning po.
to the organizers. Thank you also to Sir Dumlao, the program chair of the BS Entrepreneurship, Ma'am Carol Mateo, and of course, Dr. Diana Lee Tracy K. Chan, the coordinator of our OJT and accreditation. And of course, thank you to our PUP-OUS alumni, Sir Luis De Jesus and Sir Ernest B. Baron. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us. And of course, we really learned so much from that. So financial thing is also my struggle. It's not because I am spending too much. Kaya lang, sir, may mga binibigyan talaga ako regular ng ayuda. Kaya so yun, gusto kong makakuha Ma'am Carol nung shinare ni Sir Luis. So gagawin ko na yan immediately right after this webinar. Thank you also to our students and students from other schools who joined us and other companies who joined us today through this Zoom meeting room and through FB Live. Naka-FB Live ba tayo, Ma'am Carol? So yan, marami po tayong na-reach ngayon. Congratulations. This is really a very good project and I would like to reiterate the invitation posted by Ma'am Carol Mateo. Please join us here, be part of the PUP-OUS family. Doon sa mga gusto maka-earn ng undergraduate degree. So please join us. Yun naman naka-earn na natulungan na ng PUP to earn the bachelor's degree. Yan, you could enroll sa master natin in your area kasi it's really, sa ngayon, I master in business administration kasi we are still waiting for the approval from the CHED for the offering of the Master of Science in Entrepreneurship. With, of course, Professor Dumlao ang ating pareng program chair. At yun namang mga tapos na ng masters, pwede na rin po sa doctor. You could invite your friends to join us sa ating doctor in business administration, doctor in education management, doctor in public administration. Sa mga engineers, we also have doctor in engineering management. So yun po. Thank you so much for your time. God bless everyone.
Thank you very much po. Thank you po, Dr. Rosemary Beth Dizon, our Director of Institute of Open and Distance Education. Thank you po, ma'am. And speaking of investment, ito talaga yung investment na hindi kayo malulugi. So, mag-enroll na po tayo sa OUS, sa PUP-OUS. So, ito yung pinakamagaling na investment na magagawa po natin. Kaya lang ang invest po natin ay yung time natin. Ayan po. And tatandaan po, if it's too good to be true, malamang it's not true. So maging wise po tayo sa investment natin. Thank you po kay Sir Luis and kay Sir Ernest. Aldrin?
Yes, maraming salamat po, Miss Rosemary Beth Dizon, Sir J. Dumlao, Miss Carol Mateo, Sir Luis, and Sir Ernest. And now at this point, may we request to our...
Photo op muna.
Ayan, photo op.
Yes po. May we request to our participants to kindly turn on your cameras for picture taking para naman masilayan natin ang inyong magaganda at gwapong muka para naman makita ang ating mga artistahing muka. Okay? Ready? Okay. And 1, 2, 2, 3, smile. One more. Pwede po pong isa? Isa pa po ba? Okay lang po? Okay. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you everyone. Maraming
Thank you
salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Sir Jay, salamat po.
Thank
Ma'am
you din.
Beth,
Thank you
thank
din.
you po.
Thank you, Sir Jay.
Thank you. Thank you po, Luis.
Thank
Ernest,
you.
pare. Salamat. Luis.
Lahat po ng
Sir, gawa na ako ng
Ernest, Sir
assignment, sir.
Luis. Yan.
Chu, thank you very much, Chu.
Yes,
Apo.
maraming
Sa
salamat
evaluation po,
Thank
ayan,
you.
nandyan po ang link sa ating chat box para po sa evaluation. And then marami pong salamat kasi hanggang ngayon po, no, nasa almost 300 tayo. Hindi tayo nawawala.
Consistent po.
Hindi iniiwan ng mga participants. Salamat po. And then sa FB Live, nasa 100 plus po tayo sa FB Live. Maraming
Thank you
salamat.
po.
Congratulations for two. Maraming thank you. Salamat.
Yes, salamat po. And also we would also like to thank the following sponsors of this webinar. Syempre, CBOL, which stands for Serving Individuals for Better Outcomes in Life Therapy Center. Ayan po. Please, there. CBOL, there you go. Okay. And Korean Bags by Marcus Online Shop. And also to PUP Open University System for sponsoring our webinar. Also, we would like to thank all the attendees of this webinar. Lahat po kayo, maraming salamat po. Our fellow schoolmates, especially the members of all the committees, the technical, program, evaluation, e-certificates, invitation, and documentation committee. Again, thank you very much po for all your hard work and efforts. Maraming salamat po. Also to our ever-supportive professors who serve as our guide in making this opportunity possible. A big shout out to all the faculty members of PUP OUS for leading our way and directing our paths. Maraming salamat po. Again, on behalf of PUP Open University Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship Batch 2021, we thank you so much to everyone who has attended developing personal financial management skills. This is Aldrin na nagpapaalala na we're still under pandemic. Huwag po natin kakalimutan. Kaya kahit saan, kahit kailan, always wear mask, laging maghugas ng kamay, always follow the health protocols which is social distancing and lumabas lamang ng bahay kung may importanteng lakad lamang para COVID-19 ay iwasan. Thank you and stay safe everyone. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Maraming salamat. Ernest, thank you very much. Mambet, thank you po.
Pangalalang tanglawan ng bayan, pandayan ang isip ng kabataan. Pag-ibig ay dumating na salat sa yaman, hanap na tulong ay iyong palay. Ang layunin mo, ang tao, dinarangan. Pilipino, ang iyong alagima, ang ikang taglay, PUP aming kamay, para lang nakita, PUP pinagpalan, gagamitin ang buhay mula sa'yo, para sa bayan, ang iyong kalagima, ang ikang taglay, PUP aming kamay, para lang nakita, PUP
Thank you. Maraming pong salamat. Thank you. Ma'am Jules, thank you.
Thank you very much. Mamaya ulit.
Salamat.
Thank you.
Mamaya
Sir
ulit.
Jay,
Salamat po, Sir
po.
Jay. Sir
Okay.
Jay,
Opo. Attend po tayo sa 2 p.m. Meron pa pong isang webinar ng 2 p.m. later.
Maraming salamat
May
po.
time po.
Ma'am Jules, salamat
Ernest,
po.
bye, Luis.
Ma'am Jules, salamat.
Ma'am Deb, Ma'am Jules, salamat. Sir Jay, salamat po sa inyo po
Thank you,
talaga.
Ma'am Carol. Thank you po.
Opo. Yes. Sa mga committees, stay po muna tayo sandali. Yan. Wala mo nang aalis.
Recording stopped.
Thank you po, Ma'am Beth. Salamat po.
Di pas mo nga ako.